Hello guys, welcome to Global Happenings. Today we have a trending news here for you. And the headline of the news read, El Rufai ignores Governor Ganduje, appoints the Dethrone Emir of Kano. But before we go ahead with details of the news and further analysis, we'd like to encourage you to please subscribe to our channel if you've not by clicking on the red subscribe button and also on the bell icon so that you can get notification anytime we publish videos on YouTube. All right, let's look at the news in detail. The deposed Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi, has been appointed into the board of the Kaduna Investment Promotion Agency, Kadipa. The appointment came barely 24 hours after the governor, Abdullahi Ganduje-led government of Kano State dethroned Sanusi as Emir. Governor Nasser El-Rufai, in a statement on Tuesday, announced the reconstitution of the board of Kadipa as well as Sanusi's appointment as vice chairman of the new board. Malam Nasser El-Rufai has appointed His Highness Muhammad Sanusi II into the board of Kadipa. The appointment is part of the reconstruction of the board of Kadipa, which is statutorily chaired by the deputy governor and has an internal members, senior officials of the Kaduna State government. Governor El-Rufai said that Kaduna State hopes to benefit from the profile, experience, intellect, and network of His Highness Muhammad Sanusi, who before becoming Emir has built a solid reputation in global financial circles. Malam Nasser El-Rufai said the Kaduna State is honored to be able to call on the services of a man of such caliber to drive its development. The governor also said that he is confident that the new board, which includes the most senior officers of the state, will further propel Kadipa to greater success in attracting investment to Kaduna State. He disclosed that the external members have been carefully chosen to further reinforce the investment credential of the state. The new board of Kadipa has the following members: Her Excellency Dr. Hadiza Balarebe, Chairman; His Highness Muhammadu Sanusi II, Vice Chairman; Balarebe Lawal, Secretary to the State Government; Baritu Muhammad, Head of Service; Jimmy Lawal, Senior Advisor, Councillor; Aisha Diko, Attorney General of Kaduna State; Idris Nyam, Commissioner, Business Innovation and Technology; Fausa Bikule, Commissioner, Housing and Urban Development; Thomas Nyan, Commissioner, Planning and Budget Commission; Ferida Dakaka Kazima; Amal Hazan, Private Sector; Hafiz Bayero, MD, Kaduna Market Development Company; Altine Jibrin, Director General, KADGIS; Umar Aboki, Executive Secretary, Kadipa. Adekeye, who is the secretary, added that Malam Nasser El-Rufai has expressed his gratitude to members of the reconstituted board of Kadipa for agreeing to serve. All right, that's the news, and this is quite interesting. Before now, we had talked about the personality, the profile, the experience of this man. I'm talking about the Emir of Kano, Sanusi, and it didn't really drive to see that same man with turban on his head and and trying to reform a people who seems so difficult to reform. Yeah, he might be call it a stick in the neck, might be a bone in the neck for some persons, but let's be very truthful. Virtually everything that he had said, none of them were actually one would say that they were anti-governmental or anti-developmental. No one can say that. What he was trying to do was, I am tired of seeing my people live as if they are in the 1940s. We have the wherewithal to see how we can get them off the covering of the so-called slave masters who just want their family to be the best. I think we should stop all this Almajiri stuff. We should stop this issue of sitting people on the streets and they are begging, we should see how we can improve the educational standard of our people, and so that we can match up in terms of development as it's happening in other countries of the world or other states, mostly in the south. I did share something with you guys when there was a little talk between a southerner and also a northerner, and it was a pointer to the fact that despite the fact that they are the ones who are occupying the most reputed positions in Nigeria, but yet there is no proof of development in the northern part of Nigeria. And the person was saying, you guys have the president, we do not have the president, but we drive the best of cars, we build the best of houses. Come, let's walk down the street. If you see any southerner who with his children are moving about begging, let's see how many children are on the streets in the south if they are not traceable to the north, and let's go to the north and see the number of our Almajiris and all of that. So I believe he has hate this kind of thing, being that he's a westerner, a kind of, and tried to bring in development to his area. He needed to do all of this. That's why Ganduje said he was stubborn. Ganduje said he was always rebelling against the government of the day, that the door was open for him to always come in to discuss some of the things that he felt was not going on well, but he refused. He just decided to use every podium, every conference that he's been called upon to talk to. He kind of talked down on the development in the north. That's why he was being dealt with. But someone like Rufai, we know that Rufai is not just any kind of person. He has gathered so many masters in different international school, and he understands from the perspective of this man what he was really driving at. And apart from just because personally I believe if someone is talking and you want to kind of disregard his words, disregard what he's saying, you must first of all look at his track record. Where is he coming from? The Emir that we are talking about is not someone that just emerged from one pit hole to become Emir. We are talking about a man who has an antecedent, professional antecedent. He has been the managing director of First Bank. He has worked in UBA, has worked in First Bank for many years, was found suitable and appointed as the central bank governor. When he stepped in, the issue of insolvency for banks was solved. How did he do it? Recapitalization base. He made sure that the recapitalization base for every bank is 25 billion naira. What does that mean? In event of liquidation, in event of any bank folding, at least we have their 25 billion naira with the central bank, which will be used in sorting out their debts. If they go insolvent, we will use this in sorting out their debts. That had never been in the history. That's why the fact that we had the likes of other very reputable central bank manager. He was the one that brought in reform in Nigeria. Yeah, it affected a lot of people. It wasn't good for a lot of people, but hey, it was good for the economy of Nigeria. We could trust our banks. We're so sure that one day we won't wake up and we hear that our banks were distressed, and that is what had really happened. We reduced it from about 25 to about how many numbers, about 9 banks or so. So that was a good development stride. So such a man coming into your traditional setting, it's for you to make use of his brain. Now he has removed the turban, thrown away the so-called Emir title, and it's going to be overly useful to Kaduna. I listened to this man talk. My mouth was open. I say, hey, this kind of man with the huge wisdom, what is he doing as an Emir? This is the kind of people that we need, even in the corridor of power, so that they will help us solve some problem. Yes, we know most of the things he's going to do is going to step on a lot of people. But when he was talking, if you listen to him talk, he's not just trying to complain. He will give you facts and figures. You understand? Tracing it from a particular year to a particular year. And with this is the kind of decision that we should take at this point. This is the kind of step that should be taken. Ganduje didn't understand all of this. They were just thinking it was beef. Okay, Kwanso had issues with him. Me, I don't want to tolerate his nonsense, and you kick him out. And you think that those colonial rules that you guys have, that if you are Dethrone as an emir, you keep him custody in one place, that can work automatically because there is already a law that is more powerful than the so-called colonial rule for emirs and all of that. Right now, I hear that it's already on papers. If you look at papers right now, they're looking, his lawyers are trying to file a suit against them to make sure that he's not confined to one area. Already he has been airlifted from where he was. I'm talking from Nasarawa State. He has been airlifted. I don't know his location right now. Some people say it is in Lagos because his family had already been moved to Lagos. So we do not know yet. But the good news is that he is not going to be, staying under the confines of one traditional law, which doesn't have so much power. He is going to be useful not only to Kaduna State, but it's going to be useful, I believe, so much, just like what had happened to the former Minister of Finance who have been employed or who have been appointed by the government of South Africa to help them out in their fight against recession. As I'm talking about the former minister who has worked with Jonathan. Right now, she's working for South Africa. As I'm talking about Ngozi Ogunjo-Iweala, we didn't really value her wisdom and her knowledge. We just thought that since she was of the opposition, though she's totally apolitical, but we thought since she was working with the opposition, that there's nothing new that she was going to do for us. But unfortunately, people look at pedigree, look at achievement, look at class. So they decided profile. The South Africans believe that since Nigerians do not have so much use for her, they had to now appoint her to work in their national economic team. And guess what? She's going to revamp, she's going to reawaken the economy using all the long experience that she has had in working for the federal government of Nigeria. Those are some of the things that we need to look at and get it corrected once and for all, so that we can enjoy the numerous gifted human resources that we have at our disposal. These are some of the things that the government needs to understand. When he was kicked out as the Emir of Kano State, if you notice, most of the top government functionaries, some of them did not condole with him. They congratulated him and they knew that, man, this guy is not meant to be down. He's going to be up. Me personally, when I heard that he was appointed Emir of Kano, this man stoop so low to that kind of position whereby you will be remote controlled by the governor the way you like. No governor of the state had power over CBN governor. He was only reporting to the president. And oftentimes they make fiscal policies that will help improve the economy. He was far gifted by even Emefiele that we're talking about. What has Emefiele really done? Yeah, he's been there trying to do one of them. But hey, this guy was more gifted than him. So right now, I think that Nigerians should wake up from this issue of bigotry, this issue of hate and all of that. Try to look beyond what the person is seeing, but make use of every available potential that is in any human resources that is at your disposal and see how you can improve the lives of Nigerians. That's where we're going to leave it. Congratulations once again to the Dethrone Emir of Kano, Sanusi, Muhammadu Sanusi, and now that he has been given an appointment to function in Kaduna State. I believe also that soon as international organization will also require his services. But all the same, that's where we're going to leave it. Go to our comment section. Let us interact. What do you think about the step taken by the Kaduna State governor employing the dethrone just 24 hours after his dethronement? He's been employed to work for Kaduna State government.